Richard Lamar, Ricky Hawk. Okay. Ricky. Okay, poor Ricky. He's young too. Poor thing. DeKalb County Sheriff's Office, DeKalb County, Georgia. A judge has sentenced Atlanta rapper Silento. Watch me whip. Watch me nay nay. Okay. 2 decades in prison after he pled guilty to killing his cousin. 27-year-old rapper whose name is Ricky Hawk, Ricky, pled guilty but mentally ill to voluntary manslaughter, aggravated assault, and other charges in connection with the 2021 deadly shooting. What we know. In the early morning hours of January 21st, 2021, officers with the DeKalb County Police Department responded to a report of a person shot at a home off Deep Shoals Circle and Corners Crossing. At the home, police found 34-year-old Frederick Rooks III suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Neighbors told police that they heard gunshots and a security camera on a nearby home caught a white BMW SUV fleeing the scene shortly after the shots. One of Rook's family members said that the victim was last seen with Silento, who picked him up from a friend's home in a white SUV. Investigators did not have a suspect at the time, but later identified Hawk as the gunman. After Silento was taken into custody, prosecutors say he admitted to shooting Rooks. Bullet casings from the scene were reported matched a gun found on the rapper at the time of the arrest. On the other side, after his arrest, Chanel Hudson, Silento's PR manager, released a statement that read, "Please send my client Silento some positive vibrations. Over the past several years, Ricky has been suffering immensely after a series of mental health illnesses. We will continue in efforts of treatment, but we ask in the meantime the public uplift him and his family in immediate prayer and positive energy. Ricky is a beautiful soul, and we hope that the same people who came up whipping and naining with him continue to support him and lift him in prayer. God bless." Silento's most popular song, Watch Me, which was released in 2015 when he was a junior. Do you imagine he had the biggest song ever and you're a junior in high school? Do you imagine how fun that must have been? Released in 2015 when he was just a junior at Redon High School in Stone Mountain or Redan, which I don't know. I'm sure you guys can tell me how to pronounce it. The song charted worldwide and even hit number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the US. It also started a social media phenomenon of videos being posted with people dancing to the song. The artist was featured on several tracks until his first full length album came out in 2019, fresh out of high school. The rapper had previously been arrested in DeKalb County in 2020 after he was accused of driving 143 miles an hour on Interstate 85. He was also charged the same year with trying to hit two people with a hatchet in their home in Los Angeles. Now that's weird. Silenso had been in custody at the DeKalb County Jail since his arrest. Following his plea, the DeKalb County Superior Court judge sentenced him to 30 years in prison. Information for this story came from the release by the DeKalb County District Attorney's Office. Let's see. Let me search for that real quick. And previous Fox 5 stories, and the headline of the story has been updated because it originally indicated that the rapper had been convicted of murder, but he was actually convicted of voluntary manslaughter. Okay, let's see. That was shocking. I was like, really? I didn't even know he had been in trouble like that. Um, Let me see. I just found the press release. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Can y'all see this? Let's see. So Lithonia man pleads guilty to 2021 murder of cousin Ricky Lamar Hawk. DeKalb County District Attorney Sherry Boston announces the conviction by guilty plea in 20. So one who actually has been in jail longer than Nesto has just pled guilty to what was it? Was it voluntary manslaughter in the shooting death of in an unincorporated Decatur. Today, Ricky Lamar Hawk, 27, a music recording artist professionally known as Silento, pled guilty but mentally ill to voluntary manslaughter, aggravated assault, possession of a firearm, and the commission of a crime, and concealing the death of another in connection with the death of his cousin, Frederick Rooks III, 34, on January 21st, 2021. According to the investigation, officers with the DeKalb County Police Department responded at 3:30 a.m. to a report of a person shot at the intersection of Deep Shoal Circle and Corners Crossing in the Pantherville area. Upon arrival, officers found Rooks suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. EMS arrived and confirmed that he was deceased. 10 bullet cases. He pumped him up with bullets. 10 bullet casings were found near the victim's body. Several neighbors in the area heard gunshots. Security camera footage from nearby homes showed a white BMW SUV fleeing the area at a high rate of speed just a few minutes after the gunfire. A family member of the victim shared with officers that Rooks was last seen with his cousin, defendant Hawk, who had picked Rooks up from a friend's home in a white BMW SUV. The vehicle in question was captured by a flock camera at the intersection of Pantherville Road and Flat Shoals Road at 2:45 a.m. that same morning. Defendant Hawk was taken into custody February 1st, 2021. Damn, he spent over 4 years sitting in the county, huh? During an interview with investigators, Hawk admitted to shooting Rooks. Ballistics tests matched the bullet casings recovered from the scene of the shooting to the gun found with defendant Hawk at the time of his arrest. Additionally, GPS data for Rook's white BMW SUV placed the vehicle at the scene of the murder. DeKalb County Superior Court Judge Courtney Johnson, who presided over the plea hearing, sentenced defendant to 30 years in prison. Um, I mean, he's only 27, so he'll be out before he's 60 ball. The case assigned to the homicide and gangs unit was prosecuted by Senior Assistant District Attorney Helen Pott and with the assistance of Senior Assistant District Attorney Thomas Williams, District Attorney Investigator Curtis Everhart, Victim Advocate Kaisha Batron. DeKalb County Police Department Detective B.R. Smith led the initial investigation. And this just happened. This was settled out yesterday. But the arrest happened look at that, in the pandemic 2021. Okay, Silento. That's that's sad. Sad for on both parts. So anywho,